Hey Spartans, I'm gonna go over myofascial release. This is something ideally, if you train with me, usually roll out, use the little cross balls before we work out. They're very cheap. You can get one at a foam roll at Walmart for 20 bucks. Get this for like $2 at Olympia. So they're really cheap and they really help prevent injuries and get your muscles ready for the intense workout. They're just going to activate your muscle fibers and break any knots that you might have. We want our muscles to be as soft as possible to prevent injuries. When our muscles are soft, we move better, we get better workouts, we'll get less tired, okay? So with a lacrosse ball, we pretty much just do the back of our shoulders. So I like to put it on a lateral shoulder right here, and I want to roll the length of my right scapula all the way to the end. All right, and I'm going to just move up and down that shoulder blade, and probably do about 10 total on each side, okay? If you find a spot that hurts, that means that muscle is really tight and you're going to really want to press into it good. Okay, again, just working your way down, okay? All right. I usually go like this, but if I know, like this is usually really tight on me right here, so I'll sometimes just drop my knees, go down like this, and really just work out. You just really try to work your muscles out, get them loosened, okay? So we do this before the workout, the whole body, and then after the workout, you should pick muscles that are really sore, really tight, and really work those out before you stretch. So I'm going to go right to the foam roller, just break down the whole foam roller routine. So the first thing we're going to do is glutes, which is extremely important because your glutes help you run faster, help you jump higher, and if they're tight, they don't really work well. That's why we do a lot of glute activation and whatnot. So when you do this, you want to sit on it, you want to put your foot on your thigh. Now the foot you just took off the ground, you want to lean on that hip. And you just want to roll like your whole butt cheek, maybe you roll back a little bit, and just go back and forth like that. You're going to do that 10 times, and then you're going to switch sides, okay? Go to the side. Same idea, lean on that side. Alright, then we're going to roll to our upper back. Again, where like a scapula is. You'll put your hands behind the head, elbows in. You want to roll to the back. Back like this, alright? We do this 10 times, okay? Alright. When you foam roll, don't do this too fast. You just want to nice and controlled. Do it too fast, you're probably not going to really break up too much muscle. Alright, so we do that like 10 times. And then another one that we do when you armpit. So you want to put the foam roller right on your armpit. You want to put your, just like we did before, elbows together. You want to roll in so your chest is dipping, and then back over to hit the back of your shoulders. So we're going to do that one about 10 times on each side. That one's really good for your lats and the back of your shoulders. Now we're going to hit the legs, which is usually what we spend the most time on because they get the most tight and they're most prone to injury. So we're going to start on the hamstring, lift up. Now if you have your foot on the ground, it's going to be easier. If you have your foot off the ground, it's going to be harder, but you want it to hurt. It's the one time you want your stuff to hurt. So don't be afraid to put good pressure on it. So I'm going to keep my foot flexed. I'm going to roll from my hamstring all the way to the bottom of my butt. And I'm going to do that about 4 or 5 times. So after you do that 4 or 5 times, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my toe the other way. Angle up 4 or 5 times this way, okay? So after you do that, opposite is true. 4 or 5 times this way. Okay? So after you get your hamstring done, you're going to do your calf. So, same idea, 4 this way, and 4 this way, and then 4 this way. Now if you do this after your workout, you want to spend a lot of time on your tight areas. So say your quads are really sore, you don't have to really just do 4 reps. You really work it in until it feels looser, okay? So you get your hamstrings and then your calves. So now we're going to do the front of the body, so we're going to do our quads, which is a really tight area, and then we're going to do an abductors. So the quads, you can do 2 at a time. Guys, it's a little harder to go all the way up. So usually I go like this. But for girls, you can perfectly go like this. Because nothing's really stopping you from going all the way up. So right here, all the way up, all the way down. So I would do the same thing 4 times, and then point your toe out 4 times, and then toe the other way 4 times, okay? So that's your quads. The last one we do is the adductor. So you have this like teardrop right here. So we're going to do this about 4 times and the whole length 4 times. So a little weird one, but drop on it. Get your leg off the ground and just do that almost that teardrop. Just roll it out 4 or 5 times. Nice and slow. Once you do that, do a full length out. It's a little weird, but these muscles get really tight. Do that 4 times. Alright, so and that's pretty much what we do for foam rolling. A couple of areas that you need to stretch before you work out is your hip flexor. Yeah, we sit down all the time, so our hip flexors get really tight. So make sure you do this hip flexor stretch, especially that we're going to be running. When you run, you really abuse your hip flexors. So when we do this, we want to make sure, get in almost a lunge position, our knee is above our ankle, and then what we want to do is drive our hips forward, not our chest, but just our hips forward, okay? And you should kind of feel it right in your groin. Hold this for like 20-30 seconds. And then we're going to do a couple different ones. So after we get 20 and 30 seconds, we want to point this right toe up, and we're going to drop inside that leg. We want to drop down as slow as we can, okay? Keep forcing that stretch, 20 to 30 seconds. And then we're going to do the rotational. We're going to put a hand on this thigh, put pressure on it, and rotate that chest right to that. All right, that's going to really stretch our glutes out good. All right, so once you do that 20 to 30 seconds, another area that's really tight is your chest. So usually you stand up, find the space on the wall, and you want your elbow in the middle of your chest to be aligned, put it on the wall, step through with the inside leg, and just stretch that pretty good, 20-30 seconds, okay? And then you just switch sides. So those are the 2 really important ones to do before you work out. A couple of mobility to do would be hip flexors, because you want to get those hips open so we can squat better. So with this, you just want to drive your knee up, open up your hip, back over. Probably do that about 10 times on each side. And then another one, the 2 I really like is wall slides. So back against the wall, you want to slide your knuckles, your palms against the wall all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way down. Do that like 20 times. And my last one I really like, especially this is going to affect a lot of movement, especially with the mountains that we do. Ankle stability is going to be really, and mobility is going to be really important, because if you have ankles that are really stiff, it's going to be very easy to twist your ankles on the mountain. So you want to get close to the wall, drive your knees forward, keep your heels on the ground, kick back. Heels on the ground, kick back. Heels on the ground, kick back. Now you want to get a good stretch, so if that's easy for you, back up a little bit. Okay, so that's really strong stretch for me. Okay, and you can do that about 20 times too, and that's just going to kind of mobilize the joints that need to be mobilized for a high workout. Now I'm going to go over a basic stretching routine that you should do after you work out. Kind of stretch your whole body. So what I like to start with is dropping your knees. You want to drive your hips back, hands over your head. Okay. Now when you stretch, depending on how tight you are, you want to spend probably between 20 40 seconds with each stretch. Okay. So just like this. Okay. And then after that, we're going to put our hands on the ground, go on our toes, and go right to a downward dog. So we want to drive our hips down, drive our head right in between the legs, make an up, sound, down, deep, and try to get those heels on the ground, okay? But keep your back straight. You're going to feel a strong stretch in your hamstrings and your calves. Now once you're done with that, you kind of go into a plank position. You want to drop down to a push-up, and then we'll roll on the top of your toes, upward dog. Look forward, keep that chest up. And then you go into a plank, like push-up position. We're going to do a pigeon pose. So you're just taking your right foot and placing the opposite hand like this. So ideally we want a 45-degree angle. Seems so dirty. 45-degree angle. But if it's over here, that's okay. Now you want to lean over the hip, because you want your left hip pointed on the ground. You don't want to be on this butt cheek. Just get as low as you can. And this is going to really stretch your glutes out good. Just note that. Just switch sides. Again, that's going to really stretch your glutes out good. So after that, I'm going to have you sit down. Then you want to bring your foot on top of your thigh. And now breathe. Hinge at your hips. Grab your toe. Drop your neck. Relax. Especially when you're stretching, just try to relax. Don't get too tight. Breathe in and out. And just really work at it. Or you really have to focus on stretching for it to work. If you're kind of just like this and you're just chilling out, stretching doesn't work. So really focus on getting a good stretch, breathing in and out. Relaxing, okay? Now, if you're right here, that's okay. Over time, you're going to get right here. It's just a matter of time, okay? You just got to work at it. So that's for your hamstrings and your calves. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to push this leg over. Now, you can either keep this leg straight or put this right behind your back. Either one is okay. Now, we want to pivot on the opposite side, sit tall, push through this leg, look this way, okay? And breathe in and out, and keep trying to twist that spine, staying tall, okay? So we'll do the other side too. And just twist, okay? Next one, which I really like, but if you have a bad knee, it's probably going to hurt you. You want to take your right foot, put it right on your thigh. Now you want to sit up, put this hand right in between your legs, grab that over your knee, and the other hand wraps around, okay? If you don't have good flexibility, you can grab it back too, okay? Head down, drive that right to your chest, flex your foot. We'll do that. And then obviously we'll switch sides, do the other side. Okay. After that, I like the torso stretch, so you'll lie flat on your back. Grab your knee, pull it back, drive his knees to the ground, and try to get your right shoulder on the ground at the same time. Alright, this is really good. Then stretch your entire body. So again, like 20 seconds per side. And then at the end, you should really do your hip flexors again, like I just showed you, your chest, and also do something for your quad. Basic quad stretch is okay, right here. It's not the most effective. Better ones would be the lying ones, where you can lie on one quad and then just lean back like this. You can actually add like a hip flexor one too, which I'm not very good at, but grab this, pull this quad out, and kind of lean forward. So now you can actually stretch your hip flexor and your quad at the same time, okay? And that's kind of the stretching routine. It's really important that you do that. I know it's boring, and a lot of times you don't want to do that, but that's really going to help you prevent injuries and get ready for the race.